Hello, this is Solomon, and we are going to be looking at 4 replays against Cuck90, who is a decent enough player, and that I actually try against him, or play seriously, I should say. Okay, so US versus US, my standard opening for this on this map is 4 depots barracks, going defensive, getting super Persians as fast as possible. But look, so he was like 40 seconds late, maybe 35, that's fatal. Like, I actually asked if he was gonna surrender, and he said no, so I was like, okay then. So we need so much more supply. Now, I'm gonna use the search and strategy here that I've been talking about a bit recently. Well, first of all, I sent out the GI just in case if he was like actually AFK for like forever, because GI would just capture his HQ and end it. But anyway, so I decided to get my 5th depot and instantly go for an infantry lock. This is a barracks. And start doing an infantry battle with him. Since I have more money right now, my plan was to have the 5th depot like has 4 depots and just force him into infantry fighting. But he goes ahead and gets his 5th depot out. It's still later though. A reminder that infantry locking is when you're so close to combat with the enemy, like you can just spam out infantry. Or it's a situation where you can just keep spamming infantry at the enemy, and then you're forced to respawn with your own infantry. Since the time and resources it takes to build or transition to something else besides infantry is too costly. It will result in them losing since you're just overwhelmed with your own infantry. Like, you can't go air right here, for example. Because, like, he would have, well, 12 less infantry since he spent 60 on an airfield. And so he'd lose. Although in this situation, especially since he's only on 1 barracks, so his production is slow and his tech is slow, he actually ends up going armor. But I mean, the principle is still the same. You just neutralize the armor in this situation by building an AT base. And I realized that that is the only other thing he can do, really. Besides his own infantry, so I already have an AT base on the way. It needs 4 guys over to kill a depot. Oh yeah, I needed to cancel his 5th depot. So I built a Wolverine first. Because Wolverines are just a little bit more mobile. But I pretty much never build more than like 2 Wolverines. Because they get countered by AT. Well, they get countered by tanks too if the tanks start shooting at them since they're only level 1 armor. So yeah, Wolverine, 2nd Wolverine, and some AT guns. And he surrenders. Okay, the other games are going to be a little bit longer. Don't worry. Look at... Look at this one. Actually, let's look at this one. Yeah, let's look at this one. Italy Mare. I used to think in Italy Mare that both players would just end up going M15s, but honestly, that doesn't really happen. Like, you can generally make AT-based barracks work against M15. You can also make M15 work against it. Okay, anyway, so I played Decryption every match, I believe. And I was going to go 4 depot barracks, but he was delaying his own depot, so I wasn't sure if he was going to try to rush me or something after I built my own depots. Like, I go 4 depot, then he does like triple armor base or something and rushes me before I get the income back from my depots. So I ended up going 3 depot, but now I switched to 4 depot since I see he's also since I see he's going 3 depot. Now, I can do mind games like that. Like, if I go 4 depot, he goes 1 depot rush. After he sees I go bunch depot. Problem is, if you don't decide to do that, like, his income is so delayed. Like, if at any given time I have 50 more income, like right now, let's say I have 50 more income, that's like a really big deal. I'm gonna be getting everything earlier. I'm gonna get my depot, the next depot earlier, or the tech earlier, the production earlier, the units quicker. Pretty big deal. So, generally as Italy, especially, particularly 1v1, well, kinda in general. Well, basically, if you're not in 15 rushing, you go barracks in a proto base. maybe air, depending on if it's 1v1 team game, FFA, or whatnot. But in the 1v1 like this on this map, just go barracks and Apollo base if you can. Because the armor base, it gives you M13s, which are total dog shit, and M15s, which are only useful for Russian. And it gives you the auto blinda, which is a truck unit, so it's like it doesn't have level 1 armor as truck armor. But you have to pay 25 to upgrade to the armored. Recon, it's just kind of pointless. Just use the Haryana on this map. It's so like, yeah, just use the Haryana. The artillery anti-air base costs 45 for some reason. It's for AA costs 15, so you basically can't use it because it's so not cost effective that it'll just get strafed to death by Horde of Lanes. And you don't really build AA a whole lot on this in 1v1. And the assault guns are really situational. The Italian ones are cheaper. It's just the fact that the Italian artillery anti-air base costs 45, which is so much, and you don't get AA. The Obis cost 70, so you basically almost never use it in 1v1. At least in the first 10 minutes. Like, is it like the... Like, it's just too expensive. Like, the only thing you get out of Italy artillery anti-air base is the assault guns, and those are really situational. And there's the AT base, which is super awful because... Well, base AT guns aren't good except for defending against tank rushes. The A90, like the FAC 90, is super overpriced, but FAC 88. Although FAC 88 comes out the artillery anti-air base, so it actually adds anti-tank to the artillery anti-air base. The A90, an Italian anti-tank base, does not add AA to the anti-tank base because FAC 90, FAC 88 and A90 are not anti-air units. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. You can strafe them to death with 2 fighters because they literally do not turn fast enough to shoot the fighters before they get their strafe off. Okay, what did airfield? Yeah, sometimes you go airfield. But I just trying to do like some sneaky bomber rush. Or if the enemy goes air too, and you go airfield. But besides that, just go roll a base because the P26 is pretty cost effective, especially early. It's really cost effective. I mean, it's more cost effective basically against anything that isn't heavy armor. That, you know, like a King Tiger, Persian, Ori. It's basically more cost effective on like the medium, heavy, and light tanks. Really solid unit. Then there's the Breda trucks, which are also add a lot of nice firepower on this map in particular. Just put them in this inner forest and round forest, and you're almost invincible. Since you snipe recon through forest and you play radio silence, and they can't be artilleried. So they won't be swatted unless you're shooting. So yeah. Unfortunately, he does this. So I was kind of debating whether to let this die or if I can still build a proto base fast enough if I let this die, but nah, I decided to get my own M11 board. So yeah, we have a little bit of splitting going on, but I'm on a interior line of movement. Like I have an interior circle of movement that is smaller than his exterior circle of movement. Plus I have blitz, so he can't really outflank me. And now I get the proto base. He did radio silence, holy shit. That's so woke. I didn't realize at that time in the game. Bro, doubling down is really weird. Oh yeah, I placed my proto base way too aggressively. I'm actually gonna end up losing a proto base. 2 out. Like, come on, let me get the 3rd one, please. No, yeah, again, I lose the proto base. But like, even though there's like 20 M11s, they're not gonna do anything to the P26. I kill this flank, so now I can counterattack my M11s on my left right here and kill that depot at least. His best plan would have been to go after my depots. Like, he should have gone after this one. Like, go through the city. Yeah, go for the city right here. Maybe even potentially kill my HQ depending on how much mid-11s he has left at that time. Yeah, so I'm off all this up. And even though, yeah, and I kill his depot, and he makes a. So even though I'm only 40 points ahead in points right now, I have 5 depots. He has 3 depots, and he has spent 40 supply on a bunker that's gonna do literally nothing. Yeah, it's game over. Plus, he has no response to the P26. Tries to make a second black A90 position, but it's medium resilient, so it dies instantly to that depot. Yeah, it's game over. Oh yeah, also about the Italian anti-tank base, the Sumo Vente is kind of like garbage. Let's look at this one first. Because the Sumo Vente has, well, first of all, it costs 20 supply, so it's overpriced. Like, it's basically a martyr, except it does higher damage to level 5 armor. And the martyr costs 15. Let me slow this down while I'm talking. But the Sumo Vente basically, so it has level 1 armor. It's overpriced, but you just use the Bretta track because at the end of the day, level 1 armor is gonna die to like 10 heavy artillery. So the level 1 armor actually doesn't really make almost any difference. It's gonna die to a couple of assault guns or heavy artillery, just the same as a Bretta track. Plus Bretta track has a whole 600-meter range thing. So yeah. It can shoot here, which doesn't really matter most of the time, but it can be occasionally helpful. I play Decryption. I go 4 depot armor base, since 4 depot armor base is really strong on this map. There's not exactly a whole lot of forest for infantry to hide in. And while it can be, while controlling the cities is fairly important, it's not the end of the real. Like, it becomes more important later game as you're trying to take the side depots. But before then, it's not super important. He goes 3 depot. He take out, there's not really any reason to take this depot in my opinion first. Unless you're playing like the super long game, so you can take this depot when these ones run out. Commander 3 to go intercept this. So like, okay, well this is either Chaffee's or Sherman's. And honestly, Sherman's just die to Panzer IVs since they go the same speed. So you can just kite with the Panzer IVs. Since Panzer IVs have 350 range, Sherman's have 300. So just kite backwards forever and if Sherman's die. So I go Chaffee's. At this point, I'm just trying to like keep them from slipping by. This fanaticism. Honestly, I have some really shit micro here. Kind of underestimated the Chaffee damage. Lose 1 Panzer IV. Lose 2 Panzer IVs. I've killed 4 Chaffies. Or 3 Chaffies. Now 4 Chaffies. So yeah, but I have 4 depots, only has 3 depots. I end up playing Fanaticism. So, I mean, he needs to end the game. Now I get my armor base back out. Honestly, he handled that attack kind of poorly. I didn't. Well, he should have tried to go for a rush through. Like, I would have maybe not engaged so early. Cause he needs to kill my defaults and stuff. Like just yeah, just run through and start killing my depots. Like go for this depot or something like that. Oh, more Panzer IVs. Now I'm getting Panthers. Honestly, in my opinion, he should have gone for get the 4th depot and go for Persians. Would have been the correct move in my opinion. Now, I mean, getting Chaffies again isn't wrong, but you need Blitz for that, and you need to make it work, or else he's just gonna lose since it's too much wasted money on a unit that isn't cost effective. You get Panthers out. Yeah, he should have been playing Blitz instead of Fanaticism. Like he's like fanaticism helps you win fights, but you don't really want to be fighting with chaffies. You want to be getting through with like if you have mobile units and you're rushing, you want to focus on killing the depots more than you want to focus on killing enemy units. If you can't just kill the enemy units, like M15s can kill enemy units sometimes, not all the time. Oh, he did get close. Oh, yeah. Okay, has a thing right now. 1v1, but I'm looking at these, so okay, let's look at this one now. UK versus Italy. Now, on behind enemy lines, this would be an auto win for Italy. But we're on this map, so hopefully I can make it work. The problem is he goes barracks. That's kind of annoying to deal with since I need to make an AT base on top of my own barracks, and that's a lot of money. Since I need to counter tanks and infantry. Encryption. He goes 1 depot, I go 2 depot. Making an armor base, which is really weird. I send out a para to do something. At the minimum, this blocks this truck from going further. So, funnily enough, I thought these first 4 planes were decoys. I didn't think they were real. I mean, it spits right away since if I build hurricanes, well, hurricanes are slower and more expensive to Zetas, so they're just gonna automatically lose, or almost automatically lose to Zetas, so this could spits right away. There's no reason not. Well, actually, if he was playing, what he should have done here is go 3 Zeta, then recon, then camp my airfield, but he doesn't do that for some reason. He makes M13s. Yeah, don't even bother. You don't even need to bother with the armor base. If you're gonna go ground, go barracks, but just go 1 depot airfield and say it as in the recon and camp the UK HQ and airfield. Boom. Game 1. So I thought these were the real ones, so I go after them. Like, oh wait, oh shit, those are real, aren't they? But I got my plating stand in time, very fortunately. Take a fight. I'm a little bit late in launching these 2 planes, unfortunately, so I do take a casualty. But I killed 2 of his planes in return anyway, so I messed up my micro. I could have killed both of these, but I only get 1 of them. So it's kind of annoying right now since I can't take any more depots due to the M13s hiding in the city. So I play camo. And plus he's on 1 depot and he hasn't won the game yet, so he's at a significant economic disadvantage. So I decided to get a barracks and a depot. Barracks get infantry to clear out the city and start getting map control. Second pair is on the way. Since I know I have Spitfires and he's either researching Veltros right now, but I know at the very least he doesn't have them. Tries to make a truck, but he cancels it. And this delaying his income by that many seconds is nice. Decided to drop it right there. I forced him to make the barracks. Forced him to make 3 infantry, so I make him spend 35 against me spending only 15. Should have gone for the Seda kills here. I didn't, unfortunately. Get some regulars out in case the M13s try to rush my depot. I radio silence my Paradise in the city to try to get around since I know he doesn't have recon. Got me a 3rd depot. I start going for my 4th depot. But I cancel depots, the M13s are like rushing out. I'm like, no, don't do that. This M13 actually spots the AT2 founder and starts killing it. Really annoying. Get my guards researched, so I start sending those out. I send my Spitfires to cover my paratrooper. I start killing the depot. I only kill one to say it as, unfortunately. I do kill a depot. I get my own 4th depot, so the game's almost over. If this was against US, I might not say it's over. Although it'd still probably really be over. Like, it's just too much more economy at this point. At this point, yeah, I'm just gonna get recon and bombers and start killing them, since Italy doesn't really build AA until they get proto base. Start building proto AA. But before that, they kind of don't. So generally in 1v1, they have to do they need their own superiority. Or an FFA. Yeah, they just need to get their own airfield and superiority up. I use the radio science temperature to capture the armor base too, and I can make Matildas, which are garbage units, but it only has M13s, which are more garbage. If he had M15s, I wouldn't have bothered making the Matilda. My paratroopers around. Tries he reveals his 3rd depot, but now I have the recon coming out, so I can strafe his airfield. Trucks. Let's have the Matilda. He's getting M15s right now. Strafe whatever that was supposed to be, and he surrenders. Yeah. Yeah, he split up his resources in the beginning between ground and air. And the ground didn't really do a whole lot. Like, he spent 65 on ground units in production right away. Like, in the first couple of minutes, and it didn't do any damage. Yeah, it delayed me taking a depot, but that's not really a big deal. Especially since I already had superior economy. It just didn't accomplish much. And again, if he was going around right away, you should have gone to the barracks. Or infantry plus light tanks. But you also could have gone per air, as I said, with 1 depot, or even this 2 depot air. And go Seta's recon plane. Camp airfield, then get bombers. Or something, I don't know, doesn't matter. Anyway, that is the end of this video.